So I'm just still driving, and part of me is scared that whatever she's gonna say is just gonna make me go. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Janiyah Leah, and I am back with another video. Okay, if it's your first time here, take a seat, sit down, focus, enjoy. You're gonna love it here. So you can hit the subscribe button now, or you can hit it later. You're gonna love it here regardless. Okay, so let's get into this video. So I'm trying out a new hairstyle today, y'all. I just wanted to try something different. But anyways, so y'all already know I have to provide you guys with the necessary background information before I tell you any story. So let's start with that. So this story is gonna be a 2-in-1. Yes, I got cheated on twice. Okay, stop calling me stupid. Stop looking at me like I'm stupid. I'm not stupid. Oh, I was. So background information is me and this guy, we have been dating for like 3 years. Well, it was like 3+ years or whatever. We started dating in middle school, and it just carried on into high school or whatever. And we were very close. I hated his friends. Just have to throw that in there. I guess that's all y'all need to know right now. Okay, that's all y'all need to know. All right, so let me tell y'all how this all started. Okay, so basically, like I said, we have been dating for about 3 years at this point. I want to say we were in, I don't know, 10th grade, y'all. I don't know. And so basically we have been dating, and I just personally felt like, I don't know, I think it was just something within me that just said, oh my gosh, like I really just want to get to know myself a little better. Okay, and so mind you, when we started dating, I had it was like just a little bit after I transferred to that school, and so I didn't know that many people, but yeah, and he had been there like before. And so basically, like, I didn't know that many people, and so like we would eat lunch at the table with all of his friends. And like I told y'all, hate is a very strong word, but I did not like them. I just didn't. Okay, I didn't. But so basically, Sam and me eventually like just switched and told me, oh my gosh, like maybe you should just get to know yourself. And so I said, you know what, girl, you're right, you're probably right. And so I kind of became just a tad, okay, I became distant. Okay, I was being distant, very much distant, because we used to talk on the phone like every night. And eventually I was just like, if he call, he call. And personally, listen, y'all, listen, I stopped calling. That did not mean for him to stop calling. I stopped calling. You supposed to still call. But anyways, so then eventually I noticed, okay, I know why I'm not calling, because I'm getting to know myself. But why is he not calling? But anyways, so basically the first time around, I had his Snapchat password, guys. I had his Snapchat password. Like, we both had each other's password. Like, you know how folks would be posting back in the day like, ooh, bae hacking, ooh, I'm hacking his page. So yeah, I had his password. And so I would notice, I think maybe like I probably, put my pride aside and called him one night, and he didn't answer. And it was just very odd to me. And so I may have texted him too, and he didn't answer. And so basically I logged into that Snapchat, right? And so when I logged into the Snapchat, I saw he was like, his most recent snaps, they were snaps, they weren't text, but his most recent snaps was to these 2 different girls. One of them name was Janae, and I'm gonna tell y'all the other one later. And so basically, or I'm gonna say, oh, I already said her real name, but anyways, I'm gonna change her name to Janice. Okay, and I'm gonna say Janice only because Janice is what the keyword will put in as autocorrect when you type my name. And so our names were very similar, like 1 letter off, right? And so I think I didn't really see much that time I logged in, because when you log into Snapchat, it logs whoever's on Snapchat out. And so I didn't see too much because I got logged out. And so he texted me like, oh, you logged into a Snapchat? I'm like, yeah. And so basically, like, one time, I can't remember exactly what the argument was over, and y'all, I tried so hard to get receipts for this, because I did at the time have them all screenshotted, because they was delivered that way. But I moved on and I deleted them, so I'm so sorry. But anyways, so basically I can't remember exactly what the argument was over, but we were arguing. And so during the argument over via text, he texts me and it comes up as Janice. And so mind you, I did just say my name autocorrects to that, right? I did. But I just found that it was kind of a coinky-dink that it auto-corrected to that, but you also have a Janice in your Snapchat. And so I'm just like, And so I believe, like, around that time, I had said something to him about it, and he told me that was his cousin. Yeah, he did. He said, why do you always gotta say it's the cousin? Like, oh my gosh, y'all really out here making cousins look bad. Like, seriously. But anyways, so that was that, right? And so fast forward, it was basically occurring again because I didn't change my idea on the fact that I wanted to get to know myself. And I was already used to you not calling anyways. And me, I'm the type of person where I don't have no problem with loving people from the distance, because it ain't like I want to be around you like 24/7 anyway. So I'm like, okay, like, that's cool. I can do my own thing. Like, I'm gonna go watch Grey's Anatomy or something. And so I did. And so basically, I don't know, it just came to me again, log into that Snapchat. So this time I log into the Snapchat, and once again Janice is in those recents, as in, like, literally, like, probably as in they have an ongoing conversation, but he had just either sent her a snap or opened her snap or whatever, right? And so of course at this point I know I'm on to something. This ain't your cousin. I don't talk to my cousins that much. This is not your cousin. And so I send Janice a snap because I knew they was being slick, because he was communicating with her through, like, actual pictures. Like, instead of texting, he was sending pictures. And so I sends her a picture. I just I cover it up because I think I had opened one of her snaps and she said something like, I didn't have any context to it because I didn't know what they were talking about. And so I sent her a little blank picture, like, of just like my hand, because it was black. And I did that because I had saw she was doing the same thing when I had opened the snap she sent him. And so in the picture, I typed this up. I said, love you. Because I just wanted to see where their relationship was at, because I knew there was something, but I didn't quite know what it was. And so I was so nervous when I sent that, y'all. And so I sent her a snap saying love you from his Snapchat. And so basically she opened it, left it open for a minute, and didn't say anything. So I'm like, oh Lord, I done messed up his friendship. Oh my goodness. And so I sent another snap back that was blank as well, saying wrong person. And this is when I knew I did something, y'all. This girl sends back a snap that says, and I quote, what do you mean wrong person? And so at that point, I'm just, oh. At that point, I have to go along with it. I'm going along with it because I just need to evaluate where we are in this situation. So mind you, I already got the girl username and wrote it down. So when I log back into my snap, I can do some further investigating, right? And so basically, you know, she like, oh no, it just caught me off guard. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, because, you know, like, basically like she was saying like they wasn't there yet, right? And so, of course, I get logged out. I got logged out in the middle of that progress. And so at that point, I think, basically, I don't think he said anything to me at that point, right? And so then that's when I decide because I now have her Snapchat username in possession. So I go on my Snapchat and I text Janice. And no, I didn't text her like, girl, don't mess with my man. I'ma be the one to bring it to you. No, I didn't do that. I text her and, you know, it was a little catfishy. But I text her, I was like, hey girl, because I'm not that person. Like, okay, if my boyfriend is talking to you, I'ma first see, like, okay, you most likely know that he's my boyfriend. If you do, that's another story, and so we'll get to that. But anyways, I'm texting her. I'm not trying to, you know, bash her. I'm not gonna be no womanizer. I'm not gonna fight this girl over my man. I just want to get the details so I can present this in the courtroom. Okay, trying to get some alimony. Anyways, so I text her and I'm like, hey girl. She's like, hey, because she added me back. And Mind you, like, we didn't know each other. I don't know her at all. Still don't know her. And so she texts back, she's like, hi, who are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm a friend of what name am I gonna give him? Okay, I'm a friend of Terrence. I'm Terrence's friend. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm Terrence's friend. She's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, you know, he was telling me about you, like how y'all were kind of cool or whatever, and I guess like y'all talk. And she was just like, something like that. And so at that point I'm like, okay. And so that's when I'm like, anyway, so like, how long y'all been talking? And she was like, basically, I think she was kind of on to me. She was like, so why you asking all these questions? I'm like, no, like, me and Terrence are really close, and like, I know he kind of been like, you know, talking about you, so like, I just kind of wanted to meet you myself. And she went along with it, guys. And so she's like, we've been talking for probably like a month or two now. Y'all, my heart dropped. Mind you, we've been dating for 3 years, and you be talking to this girl on the side for 2 months. And basically, they have a whole like low-key relationship going on. And so I'm texting her like, oh, okay, like, you know, are y'all dating, or like, do y'all love each other? Like, and that's when she's like, oh my god, like, ooh, these personal. And so basically, that's when I'm still asking her this question. She like, I mean, I wouldn't say we there yet, but like, we just been talking, and I think we both kind of, you know, like each other or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so I cannot remember exactly what happened, but I think there was a revelation somewhere in there, and I just had to tell her. I'm like, girl, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm his girlfriend. I know you probably didn't know, but I'm his girlfriend. He been cheating on me with you, and yeah, he just been texting me low-key on Snapchat, ain't say anything to me. I don't want to start no beef or nothing with you. I just wanted to get like all the information or whatever, because he's lying. He told me you were his cousin and whatever. And so basically, that's when she started telling me all the info, and I'm just like, like showing me like her call log where they FaceTime every night. So if he was on the phone with me, he was on the phone with her. And so yeah, she's showing me all that info, and I just kind of wanted to see how far they went. And so I was just, you know, asking her questions about him. And so the girl knew his middle name, his birthday, his little sister name. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, does he have any birthmarks? Like, where's his birthmark? And she was like, his thigh. And I'm like, yes, okay, all right. So I hadn't confirmed at that point, you know, she was a side chick or I was a side chick, I don't know. Okay, there was 2 of us, right? And so basically I go bring it up to him, and at that point he was caught. At that point he was caught, right? And so y'all, this revelation right here is going to be very useful for later. So basically, as you know, I present him with my evidence. He goes and posts on his Snapchat story. He says, B words always trying to star S-H-I-T. Yes. He spelled start wrong. He spelled it S-T-A-R-R instead of S-T-A-R-T. Yeah. And so basically, you know, I'm just like, And so that's when, at that point, like, I wasn't arguing with her, because mind y'all, I had already been distant, which means I probably didn't really care that much. It was just more so like, dang, like, why you ain't just say let's break up? Like, we could have really just broke up. Like, that was honestly very much annoying. But so that's when, you know, I'm presenting him with my evidence or whatever. And at this point, I'm very much expecting an apology. Yes. And so tell me why. The girl is still texting me. And so I'm like, I text the girl because at that point he wasn't responding to my text no more, and he wasn't answering my calls. And I text the girl, I'm like, yeah, we were saying something. And the girl says, yeah, he just called me. We're on the phone right now. She's like, he's apologizing. And so at that point, I'm looking like, why are you on the phone with this girl apologizing to her before you actually apologize to me, your girlfriend. I don't know. I just can't think of a reason why. And so basically at that point, I just already called BS, because you don't call the side chick before you call me. Okay? You don't even do that. You just don't do that. Ugh. And so basically, of course, when a girl found out, because apparently she didn't even know about me. So I guess when a girl found out, like when he told her everything, she blocked them. She blocked them. And so that was that. And so I told y'all I was stupid. So we made up, and for some odd reason I blocked the girl, but then I unblocked her. I don't know why. I think I just blocked her just to block it out of my mind. But anyways, so we made up or whatever. I was being stupid. I don't know why I made up that dude. And so fast forward, summer comes, and you know, it just was what it was. Like the relationship did not feel the same after that. I was still like kind of just trying to do my own thing, like ugh. But anyways, so fast forward, finally your girl came to her senses. I realized my worth, and then I doubled it and walked away. So basically, like, we broke up, right? And so at this point, we had been broken up for, I would say, almost 4 to 6 months. And so mind y'all, keep in mind, I had been in a relationship with him since I had transferred to that school. And so now, like, this is 3 years later, and I knew a lot of people were going to be shocked that we broke up. And mind y'all, most of those people did not know me for me. They knew me for my relationship. Okay? And it's females also, I had to say this. It's females out here, guys, who even if your boyfriend is ugly, and just because of how good he looks being in a relationship with you, they gonna be like, ooh, ah. So some females really just like your boyfriend just because he's your boyfriend, guys. Watch out. But anyways, back on track. So basically, me, I'm not the type of person. I don't want a lot of attention on me. I don't hang around with a lot of people. I don't want a lot of people hanging around me. So I told him, listen, if you want to tell your friends and whoever else that we broke up, that's good for you. But I don't want nobody coming up to me. I don't want nobody asking me why we broke up. And that's just that. So I don't have that many friends here anyways. I'm not telling nobody we broke up. And if you want to, you can. But I don't care. And so basically, that's when like literally probably about 4 months went by before like people knew that we broke up. And by that point, I didn't care. And the only reason people kind of put 2 and 2 together that we broke up is because I started hanging out like with my other friends. And so some people was getting suspect, like, oh my god, this person be talking to Janiyah, y'all don't talk to her, blah blah blah. And so they would kind of try to run back to him and be like, oh my god, I saw Janiyah hanging out with so and so today, or I heard that Janiyah and so were cool. And then they would just be like what can you say? You ain't my daddy. But anyways, so fast forward, summer comes, and me and one of my teammates, I'm gonna call my teammate Christina. So me and my teammate Christina and my other friend, I'm gonna call her Jasmine, we were all going to our other teammates, I ain't gonna call her my friend, we were all going to my other teammates' pool party because she was having a small little birthday get together. And so we were all going to her pool party. And so it was just like a little tiny pool party. And so there it was me, Christina, Jasmine, the birthday girl. Her name is going to be, I'm going to call her real name. Her name is going to be Star, okay? Her name's going to be Star. Our other friend, Kelly. We're going to call her Kelly. And I think that was it. It was just us, right? And so we all at the pool party, kicking out, chilling out, maxing out, cool off, shooting some b-ball outside the school, right? Having a great time, guys. Like, it was so fun. Like, anyways, so we was all just chilling together, talking. Oh yeah, I don't know, whatever, forget about her. It was somebody else there, but she's irrelevant. But anyways, so we're all having a good time, you know, talking, just bringing up everything. And then a few times they was asking me about, you know, the ex-boyfriend. And, you know, I'm just kind of like, ugh, mind y'all business. Like, oh my gosh, like, y'all people are nosy over here. But, so that party ends, right? And so, I would say probably like 2 months later, that's when school starts back. And it's official, like, we're back at school. Everybody knows, you know, we're broken up at this point. It is what it is. And so, one day after school, there was this college fair. And I wanted to go to the college fair, and one of my teammates also wanted to go to the college fair. And so we both like were able to leave practice early and drive over to, like, it was about 15 minutes away to the college fair. And so we're in a car, you know, we just talking or whatever, because I hate like when I'm giving somebody a ride and they like don't talk to me. Like, I am not an Uber, so please don't treat me like a chauffeur, ma'am. Please talk to me, please. And so we're in the car, we on the way to the college fair, and we just talking. And so at this point we kind of pulling up like about 3 minutes away from the college fair. And my friend Christina looks at me and she's like, okay, Janiyah, I have to tell you something, but promise you won't get mad. And me, I'm the type of person, really, my personality is just like so happy-go-lucky. Like, I don't think any of my friends have actually seen me mad, okay? Because I really, honestly, truly, I really don't allow myself to get mad at, I mean, unnecessary things in unnecessary situations, and mainly like just, I can control my emotions, okay? That's all I'm trying to say, okay? And so I'm like, why would I get mad? And so she's just like, I'm just saying, you know, like, don't get mad. And so I'm like, okay, won't get mad, set it down. And so I'm like, well, first off, you know, I'm driving. I don't have time for no surprises. So what is it about? And so she's like, it's about your ex-boyfriend. And I'm like, oh, girl, don't tell me that. He ain't none of my business. Like, oh, girl. She was like, well, I mean, it happened while y'all was dating though, and like I knew about it, and I just feel like it would be fake of me to, you know, just be sitting in the car with you and hanging out with you and like not say anything. And so I'm just like, okay, all right, go ahead. And so I'm just still driving, and part of me is scared that whatever she's gonna say is just gonna make me go, like, part of me is really fearful. And so I'm really just trying to drive. And so she's talking, she's like, okay, well,
basically, Star was talking to your boyfriend while y'all was dating.
And so in my mind, I'm just like, so was everybody talking to him at this point? And so that's when I'm just like, oh, okay. Because like I said, guys, realize your worth and then double it. So at that point, my worth was double, triple, quadruple. And so I already knew, like, well, I mean, that ain't none of my business. Like, oh, well, if that's what he want, if that's what she want. And so basically she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, so like, when was this? And so she's like, it was like over the summer. And I'm like, oh, what? So she was talking to him when I was at her birthday party? And so she was like, yeah, I think, yeah, like, cause after the birthday party, she was talking to me and Kelly about him, you know, seeing that he was whatever. And so I'm just looking like, and at that point, I was kind of sick to my stomach. Because I'm just like, first of all, that is so disrespectful. Because background on me and Star, a few, like, maybe like a year before that, when I kind of had just transferred to the school, we stayed like very close to each other. And so at that point, I didn't really have that many friends, but I was still, you know, I still always want to be there for people. And so her father had passed away, and she had posted something about it. And, you know, like I say, I always want to be there for people. And so I went out to go get her some snacks, and, you know, I went to go get us some snacks actually. And I pulled up to her house and, you know, sat at her house with her, you know, as they were taking her father out in the ambulance and stuff. And just, I sat at her house and grieved with her, okay? And I wasn't even that close to her at the time, but that's just who I am, okay? Because I don't know if anybody else, I think maybe, was it snowing? I don't know. I just know I stayed really close to her, and I was available, and I wanted to be there for her at that time, because that's a hard time, guys. And so I sat there, I sat in the bed with her, we watched TV, we watched Flash, and that was that. And so at that point, I kind of felt like regardless of if we talked every day or not, that situation should kind of bond two people. But I guess not. And so basically, I'm just sitting here like, what? And then to think that whole time I'm at your birthday party, and everybody else at the birthday party was fake. Like, nobody was exempt, because now it's just, oh, so I was supposed to be a joke or something. I was basically like the inside joke of the party, guys. I was the inside joke. And so, mind you, she's telling me this. We're in the car, and so I'm just like, in my mind, in the back of my mind, I'm still just like, oh wow, like, okay, thanks for telling me, even though you've known for the last 4 months, and we've been on a team for the last 3. And so also, Star and I, she was also on the team, but she was on JV. And so like sometimes she would ride with us to our games and whatnot, and be all up in my face, y'all, all literally all in my face, like laughing, talking, whatever. And this is before I even knew about the situation. I didn't really like her energy. And so yeah. But anyways, so she basically tells me about that whole situation, and I'm just like, I asked her, I'm like, okay, so who else knew? She was like, well, basically everybody that was at the party that day. Then, you know, sometimes she would just be telling people like, oh yeah, I talked to so-and-so's boyfriend, like yeah, he still talked to her. And I don't like females like that. Like, what is cute about talking to somebody's boyfriend? And to be completely honest, he was not even that cute. That's why I'm just like, I'm telling y'all, please watch out, ladies. Please watch out, because these females will love him just because he, I ain't even gonna say loves you, okay? Just because he look good walking beside you, they can be like, ooh. But anyways, so at this point, Christina's wondering like, okay, so you gonna check her? Like, what, you gonna run up? Like, she gonna get done? Like, and so I'm just, at this point, I'm like, the situation is beyond me, but of course I'm gonna address it to her privately, because I'm not no person who's gonna sit here and I'm not trying to be in a mix, okay? At that time when I had checked her, I did not check her about this situation. I had checked her because prior to me finding out, she had just been going around school unprovoked, telling all of my friends and people I consider friends, like people I talk to, that I did not like her. And so at that point, I'm just like, unless I tell you I don't like you, please don't go telling these people I don't like you just to start a mess. And me personally, I had no clue why she was doing it, because I don't talk to her. And that's about as simple as it can get. And so I was very confused. But as I later realized, she was probably doing that because she was feeling that guilt. She was feeling that guilt, okay? And so basically, you know, the next day after practice, I see Star walking. And so I go up to her, I'm like, Star, meet me in the ice room. Oh, actually it was called the laundry room. I'm like, okay, yeah, meet me in the laundry room. I gotta talk to you. I don't want to say it in front of everybody else, so I gotta talk to you. And so mind y'all, I didn't want to say it in front of everybody else because, oh y'all, my team, drama. They just love to be in it. They love to witness it. Oh my gosh. And so I pull her to the side because I am not keeping up with the Kardashian. Y'all are not finna feed off my reality, so no ma'am. So she gets in the laundry room or whatever, and I know y'all probably thinking, what you do? No, I didn't do that. No, kept it very classy, guys. Kept it very classy. And so I pull her in the laundry room, and so I'm like, okay, so why do people keep, you know, coming up to me telling me you've been going around telling them I don't like you? She's like, well, I have, because it just seemed like. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna stop you right there. Seemed like, let me tell you something about me. If I don't like you, I am going to let you know. I'm not gonna leave you out here in the dust and let you wonder, but I'm gonna just tell you right now, you have not done anything in my knowledge for me to not like you. Now, do I mess with you? No, I just don't rock with you, baby. I don't rock with you. But I have never said I did not like you. And so I would really like if you would just stop, you know, putting my name out there. Because it seems like you putting my name out there for clout. But let me tell you something. I don't have no clout. I don't know nobody. I don't have no clout. So whatever you think you're going to gain from putting my name out here in the grapevine, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get it. And so that was that conversation. I just basically, you know, let her know, like, sweetie, I mean, well, since you say I don't like you, now I don't like you. Like, yes, now it's true. Now I don't like you. I don't. There you have it. And so basically, that was that conversation, right? And so now I'm back to the aftermath of the information I received from Christina. So once I received the information, I get home and I didn't text the ex, guys. I didn't text the ex just then because at this point, like, our situation is done. Like, I'm done talking to you. And so I text Star because, you know, of course, she's the one who's in my face on a daily basis trying to kiki it up. Like, that's fake. And so I text her. I'm like, is it true that you was talking to Terrence while we were dating? And she's like, no, where would you get that from? And so basically she going around and I'm like, okay, are you positive? Because like I heard from this person and this person that she was doing it, that you was doing this, right? And y'all, I hate he say, she say. I really do. Oh, I really do. And so she's like, no, like, not at all. Like, on my daddy, keep in mind, I was there when your father died. On my daddy, I did not talk to this man while y'all was dating. Like, I have not talked to him, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. That's what she said. And so at that point, now I'm sensing that I'm being lied to. And I'm really getting fed up. And so I texted the ex, guys. I texted him and I basically asked him, because at this point we ain't dating, you don't have nothing to lose by telling me this information, like what I'm gonna do. And so basically I text him and I'm also like simultaneously like going off on her, because it's like, okay, like not even going off, just like, okay, if you're lying, like you just lied on your daddy, so I hope he doing okay. Like seriously, because why would you do that? Why? And so basically, you know, I text him. And this dummy, he admitted to it. He like, yes, okay, yeah, we were talking while we was dating. Because like I said, he ain't had nothing to lose. And so at this point, I'm going off on him too. Not even for talking to her, but it's just like, okay, like, then why is she sitting here lying? And you just told me that y'all was. And he like, okay, honestly, I don't know why she lying. And so I'm texting her. And I guess at that point, she probably tried to text him after the fact and tell him to go along with her lie. I don't know. But at this point, she's still trying to go with her like, no, Janiyah, I swear to God, I didn't talk to him. I swear to God. Like, she's still going along with it. And I think she was really kind of tormenting herself because she had already put it on her daddy and told me that she didn't talk to him, and then I went and found out from another primary source that they did indeed talk and engage in whatever. And so at that point, I'm just, you know, I'm texting the ex like, okay, you know, like whatever, that ain't got nothing to do with me no more. But you know what, it would really, you know, just help me be at peace. And I just leave both of y'all alone at this point, because y'all both making me sick. So you can, like, I don't know, cash at me. I don't even care. Cash at me. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do that. And so he was like, okay, well, you know, just give me your number. The max is 40. And so I'm like, are you stupid? Why would I not say the max? So I'm like, $40. He's like, oh yeah, that was dumb. And cash at me $40. And I was like, you know what? I texted her. I'm like, yeah, girl, you know what? I am so sorry. You know what? I apologize that I even put you through that. See you later. And I left that alone, y'all. I left that alone. And actually, I may have those screenshots of that conversation on Snapchat, so I'll go look for those just for y'all. But anyways, so after all of that went down, and this is where stuff really kind of got crazy. I was just like, oh, this girl is sick. So basically, I was close with one of the teachers at my school, and so, you know, I'm going to talk to her. She was like pretty young or whatever, like cool. And so I'm going to talk to her, and I'm like, yeah, guess what? She's like, what? I'm like, Star was talking to Terrence while we was dating. And she's like, ooh, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, Janiyah. She actually came in here one day and told me that. And I was just like, and at that point in my mind, I'm just like, how desperate do you have to be to actually go and tell this teacher that you was talking to my boyfriend? And I promise y'all, he was not that special. I promise. I really do. I really do. And so at that point, I was kind of just like, ooh, I'm sick. I am sick. But I left the situation alone. And so fast forward, I already told y'all how my prom went. But when I was actually at prom, I showed up or whatever. And when I was there, like, you know, I said hey to all my friends, all my teammates or whatever. And so as I was going to say hey to one of my tennis teammates or whatever, the ex was like standing right next to him. But like I said, like, once we done, we done. Like, I don't even know you, sir. I don't even know you. So I walked up to my tennis team member. I'm like, hey, what's his name gonna be? I'm gonna just call him Ansley at this point. Yes. So I'm like, hey, Ansley, walk away. I walks away. And so, hey, if he was trying to say hey, that's up to him. But at the same time, like, I don't have no obligation to speak to you. Like, we're not together. We're not friends. We're not even acquaintances. I don't even know you. So I just kept it moving. And so then, like, later on in the week, my friend Ansley is telling me, he's like, yeah, Terrence was telling me how, like, low-key, like, he was feeling sad because he wanted to say hey to you at prom, you know, like, just say hey or whatever. And like, you came over to say hey to me, and he was like trying to say hey, and then you just walked away. And I'm like, that sounds about right. And I'm like, why do I have to stop and say hey to him? And so, like, that was that. And so basically, like, he had been telling this to so many people, and then I get home and I don't check Snapchat, like, at all. And so I decided to check Snapchat. This man wrote me a whole paragraph about how basically, like, he just feels bad that now that we're not together, that we're not like friends or acquaintances, and that he see me walking around school, and that he saw me at prom, and it just makes him so sad that, you know, we don't talk to each other, and that I just walk past him like I don't know him. Sure do. And yeah, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know what to say. And at that point, I'm just like, only thing I told him, I was like, yeah, I don't know what to say, but you know what, I apologize that I walked past you and don't acknowledge you, so I'm gonna just walk a new route. And so I started walking new routes and didn't see him at all. But anyways, y'all, that's all I have for that story time. It was very hectic. That was a very hectic point in my life, but now I am past all of that, and I wake up every morning and I choose positivity, and I think you should do the same. So take my advice, ladies and gentlemen, know your worth and then double it. Okay, know your worth and then double it. But I hope y'all like my new hairstyle today, y'all. Tried something new. But anyways, if y'all enjoyed hearing this story time, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below. It would mean so much to me. But anyways, thank y'all so much for tuning in today, and I will see y'all on my next video.